Perhaps many people's favorite feature of their iPhone is their camera. And there are great new cameras in both iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. And people love taking photos with their iPhone for good reason. Here's an example. National Geographic photographer Jim Richardson took this photo in the Scottish Highlands with an iPhone. I mean, it's a beautiful photo. He's taken many more. And he and all of us will take even better photos with the iPhone 6 and the 6 Plus because there's an all-new iSight camera in it. It's an 8-megapixel iSight camera. It has Apple's innovative True Tone flash. It has large 1.5 micron pixels, has a fast 2.2 aperture, but most importantly, has a new generation iSight sensor in it to take better photos. It's packed with some cool technologies. Let me just tell you one. It's called Focus Pixels. What are those? Let's look inside at the sensor inside the iSight camera. And you'll see these dedicated pairs of focus pixels. And what they do, they have little shutters on them. They read the light coming in from objects, and as the lens moves in and out, it can tell whether that object is in phase or out of phase. This is called phase detection autofocus. It's a technology used by high-end DSLRs. It's the best way to do fast autofocus. And now the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus have it. And they can focus almost twice as fast of the previous generation. And there's so many more things the sensor can do to take beautiful photos. It has great new generation tone mapping. It has beautiful noise reduction. It all adds up to incredible photos. So let me show you a couple taken right with an iPhone 6, straight off the camera, no retouching. People love taking portrait photos with their iPhone. This is a great one. Exposure is beautiful. The skin tone is really lovely. It's a great photo. Here's another portrait. He's smiling, if you can't tell. The skin tones are perfect. You have to trust me on that. People also love taking macro photos. Here's a beautiful one of a California monarch butterfly. Anyone know? That's a female, if you couldn't tell. And even landscapes with the wide-angle lens are just beautiful, particularly with the noise reduction for bluer skies without sacrificing sharpness. And everyone loves now taking panoramas with their iPhone as well, and you take even bigger ones with the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, up to 43 megapixel photos. And with the new generation gyroscope, the stitching is near seamless. Now, what makes your photos great are three things. It's the 5-element lens, it's the imaging sensor, and it's also the brains behind it all, the image signal processor that's part of the Apple A8 chip. And there's a whole new generation signal processor inside iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. For example, it has a dedicated hardware block now to do advanced face detection. So you're taking a photo, you can even quicker find faces throughout your scene to get the perfect focus. And it has advanced blink and smile detection, so when you take a burst photo, you can very quickly find the perfect one and present it to you. Now, everything I've been telling you is true across both cameras, iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus. There's one feature different between the two of them, and it's about image stabilization. The iPhone 6 has digital image stabilization, so it can try to help compensate if your hand's not holding the iPhone steady and try to help you keep from your photo being blurry. But 6 Plus adds something new with the iPhone line, optical image stabilization. So what's that? Let's look at the lens inside the iPhone 6 Plus. Of course, it moves front to back to focus, as always, but now it can also move up and down and side to side. And we combine that with the M8 and with the new gyroscope to automatically adjust and stabilize your image when you're taking a photo. And this works really great, particularly in low light scenarios where you have to take a longer exposure, like this. This is taken in the evening, and it's a very sharp photo because of optical image stabilization. So we love the iSight cameras in our phones, and they take beautiful photos. So it's no surprise we don't see a lot of these anymore. Right? Dedicated cameras, small point-and-shoot cameras, they're certainly not as fun, and increasingly we're taking amazing photos directly off of our iPhones. What's interesting is it's probably been a while since you've seen one of these as well. Anyone remember what they're called? Camcorder. Yeah, camcorder. I think our parents used to use these. Right? People aren't using them anymore. In fact, I believe now that the iPhone has become the world's most popular video camera as well. It takes a beautiful HD videos at 1080p. With iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, we've advanced its video capabilities so much, you're just going to be blown away with the kinds of videos you can take. 1080p, of course we can take 30 frames a second, but now it's 60 frames a second as well for really beautiful, smooth videos. And everyone has loved what we introduced last year with slow-mo, videos up to 120 frames a second. Well, now the 6 and the 6 Plus can take video up to 240 frames a second. Yes. So you can take videos like this. I was going to say I taught him that, but you wouldn't believe me. Here's another great feature, cinematic video stabilization. This is a really great video of a gentleman riding on a mountain bike. What you can't see is the person taking it is holding an iPhone, also riding on a bike, and the video is automatically being stabilized. It's really great. With iOS 8, we introduced time-lapse video. So now with a single press of the shutter, with iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, you can take images of this quality with time-lapse photography. Now, the new iSight sensor has focus pixels, which really helped a lot with getting fast autofocus on photography. Turns out they help a lot with video, too. With focus pixels, we can do automatic focus continuously while you're shooting your video, like this. So you take the video, the flowers go into focus, you pull back,
by yourself.
and the young girl goes in focus, all without having to touch the screen and tell it where to focus. It automatically, continually focuses the video. So incredible capabilities for photography and video. That's the iSight camera. As you know, on the other side of your iPhone, you have another camera, the FaceTime HD camera. And there's an all-new version of that as well. It has a brand new sensor, a larger aperture that lets in over 80% more light. And with the ISP, it has improved face detection because it's perfect for taking those killer selfies. And kids are going to love this. We now have burst mode on the FaceTime camera as well. You know they're going to do that. Now this new sensor, this FaceTime HD sensor, does something really cool for photography. It does single-shot HDR. So with one picture, not multiple pictures, it gets great exposure for the foreground and the background. We're also now able to do HDR in your videos as well from the FaceTime camera. So amazing cameras, both the front side and the back side, FaceTime camera and iSight camera.